Femme Fatale by Guy de Maupassant. I'm not actually going to be talking about this book very much. This is a short video. This is a complaining video, but I will introduce it, okay? It's Guy de Maupassant, and it is a Penguin Little Black classic. This has 4 short stories. Like all the Little Black classic books, it's something around 50 to 60 pages, and it contains these stories. So in the classics, there are several. Oh, here we go. There are 3 Maupassant books in the classics, and these are lifted. These stories come from among those. But I'm just complaining in this video. I'm complaining about translation, and while I complain, I'll just point out that whenever anyone reads anything that is a translated work, I want to know who the translator is. You know, if they say, "Oh, well, I didn't like Crime and Punishment," or "I loved War and Peace," or "I didn't like the Iliad," I want to know who translated it. Which translation was it? It's so important, and people think that I worry. Doesn't keep me up nights, but I worry that people think I did not like this book. This is not a good book, and they don't think about, well, maybe my translation either wasn't good or just didn't suit me, and there are other translations that I would enjoy better. It's not necessarily a matter of quality or authenticity, but just an angle that you take as a translator. Translators have to make lots and lots of decisions. Okay, I'm complaining about the translation of this particular first story here, Cockcrow. It's a very short story, but there's a time in here where he's riding along with a woman who he's been wooing the whole time. Okay, and it's just them two. Just they're riding along, and then he calls out, "Let him who loves me follow me," and then he disappeared into the forest. Okay, and then she comes along and finds him later. Now this is an important line, and I don't want to say why it's important, but it is important. It's a very short story, and yet this line is, well, not "and yet," and this line is an important part of it. Okay, this is the line. But the only thing is that why did he say it that way? Let him who loves me follow me. He's riding along with a woman. He's talking about, he wants this woman to love him. Why would he say, "Let him who loves me follow me"? Now, I understand that sometimes we say him or he in a general sense. This was more common in the past, and it's getting less common to mean all of humanity. He who loves last loves best, or something like that. He who laughs last laughs best, something like that. I don't know why I said love. Anyway, and that just means anyone. But in this case, he's not speaking. It doesn't have to be like that. And the translation is not an old translation. It's from 2004. And even that construction, "Let him who loves me follow me," just sounds old-fashioned and weird, and you wouldn't say it when you're just riding with a woman. You would not say, "Let him who loves me follow me." You just wouldn't say it. You would say it a million other ways, like "Whoever loves me, follow me," or "Follow me if you love me," and you wouldn't have to say it him. Okay, so this got me thinking. This was written in French, and though French is a gendered language, there are parts in French where they don't make a distinction in gender when we do in English. And so I looked it up. I looked up the French, and sure enough, in the French, it doesn't say him. It doesn't make it that it's a male thing. It's left open. It's sort of like "who." Basically, it says "who loves me follows me." Basically, is what it is. And for some reason, this translator from 2004, not 1874, but 2004, made it "Let him who loves me follow me," and that bugged me. Even as I was reading it, I was like, "Wait, what do you mean? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying 'Let him who loves me'?" Okay, there we go. I'm complaining about it, but also just pointing out, pay attention to the translator. If you're going to get a book that's translated, look around and sort of search around for what's the best translation, and what are the differences between the translations. And so in this case, the translation may have been fine. I didn't read the entire thing in French. I just looked up that one thing. Maybe the translation's perfect, or great, whatever. But that one line drives me crazy. Okay, so this isn't exactly a discussion of this book, but There we go. Guy de Maupassant. Femme Fatale. Femme Fatale is only one of the stories. It's the second one. Fatale. Femme Fatale. I guess that's how I pronounce it. Anyway, there we go. Happy New Year.